Hi, I'm Garrett Quinn, and I'm outside the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, and this is Occupy Boston. On Friday, a large number of protesters took over the section of the Rose Kennedy Greenway in Boston in front of the Federal Reserve Building. The protesters were here for a variety of reasons, though few could articulate any clear goals for the Occupy movement. Nobody could say for sure how long they will be here, but it appears they're digging in for the long haul. I went into their encampment to ask them why they are here and what their goals are.
People ask us how long are we going to be here, and I tell them Occupy Wall Street's still there. And we're modeling ourselves after them.
I just think there needs to be way more attention on this, and way more people need to be involved, I think, because it really does affect everyone. And it's like I'm here by myself, none of my friends give a shit, and they're all in the same position as me, because they're like, why do I care? Because no one realizes how involved everyone is.
It's really, this thing just grew so fast because just a week and a half ago there was nothing on the table, but with the police brutality that occurred at Occupied Wall Street, it's really galvanized a lot of people to finally make their voices heard.
A lot of the goals is mostly geared towards a reform of our financial system, because we feel like it's geared towards the top 1%, mostly the bankers and the financiers, and they're not providing everyone an equal playing field. Because during the last economic crisis, the financial crisis, they socialized their own losses on our taxpayer dollars and on our currency and dumped that onto us.
The general message from this assembly is to say to the banks and the super rich, we're not going to pay for your crisis, and we're not going to let you cut our social programs and our needs to preserve your ill-gotten gains. Corporate greed is siphoning money out of our communities to pay for things like bailouts and CEO pay and rip-offs like Obamacare, which doesn't address people's real needs.
I think we have a lot of different ideas about what we want to do. We're trying to figure out what can be an overall demand that we're asking for. For me personally, corporations, they are closing down small businesses, shutting down family-owned businesses, putting people out of business, and that's really ruining, putting a lot of people into debt and putting a lot of people onto the streets.
I could not come.
Yeah.
When you see people feeling so passionately and so strongly about their own country, I mean, you can't help but want to support that. Mostly to inform people of just the atrocities that are going on in America that are not very well televised and not known to the general public, that where the money is just not being spent as wisely as it could be.
Making a statement, showing that we have a voice, showing that we want to be heard, showing that we need to do this. If we could get the banks to, help out the people with the mortgages and stuff like that, that would be great. If they just saw that we were, angry and needed change, if that did it for them, if they could, cut us some slack and the least bit away, then I consider that a small victory. The Federal Reserve is the source of this whole thing. They're the ones who are, printing this fake money. They're the ones ruining this economy. They're the ones just printing the money, giving the money straight to the banks for the bailouts. It starts with them. It doesn't start with Bank of America. It starts with the Federal Reserve. They're the ones screwing this whole thing up.